name Darrell Green, I'm sure there is only one Darrell Green that pops into your mind. And yes, he is a true icon in the world of football and a pillar of inspiration for many, not only here in the District of Columbia and the DMV, but actually across the country. And from his extraordinary career as a Washington football player to his philanthropic efforts off the field, Darrell Green has exemplified leadership and dedication. And today, Darrell is joining us with Carl Hilliard, the director of Potomac Job Corps, an organization that is committed to empowering young adults by providing them with educational and career opportunities. And boy, we are so glad to be in the same neighborhood as the Job Corps because you all do such great work. So thank you so very much, both of you, for being with us today, and Happy New Year to you.
Same to you, Denise, and great to see you.
Likewise.
And a happy Panther Pride New Year to you also.
Appreciate that. So we're not gonna talk sports today. We probably could because we talked a little bit about that earlier. But I think the focus right now, particularly as we go into this new year, we got a city that is, really getting some really negative publicity because of the crime and all the things that are happening. And rarely do we look at programs that provide solutions. And the Job Corps has historically been in that space and doing that kind of work. So I'm going to start with you, Carl, as executive director of the Potomac Job Corps. Just give us a little bit of background in case folks have forgotten about what the Job Corps is, what its mission is.
Yes, thank you. Job Corps is a very valuable program, and we have over 120 Job Corps centers around the country. The mission of Job Corps is to take youth 16 to 24 and bring them onto our wonderful campuses and to assist them in obtaining high school diplomas, certifications within a career pathway. We have several vocational schools here. We teach them employability skills, social skills, banking. And once they're done and they've completed the program with their certifications, their high school diploma, there's multiple career pathways that we like to set these young people on, whether it's apprenticeship, whether it's going into a viable career within the career pathway they've been trained, whether it's going to the military, whether it's going to college. That's just a quick overview of just what this great Job Corps program is all about.
And is it volunteer? I mean, do young people get involved voluntarily, or are they sent by the courts, or how do they get engaged with the Job Corps?
Fantastic question. I think that's one of the biggest myths of Job Corps. A lot of times when I meet people out in the community, they say, "Oh, that's the place where all the bad kids go. That's the place where that's one step before they are incarcerated." That is totally false. None of our students on our complexes have felonies. You cannot come to Job Corps with a violent felony, a violent misdemeanor. It's not a program to where all the bad kids go. These kids are just like our children, and they just need a second chance. It's a place where we consider it's not the last option, it's the first option. And it's a very good program, and we are producing fantastic individuals, and we're placing them out into viable careers.
And speaking of careers, Darrell, your career has taken you around the world. We know you're a neighbor in Virginia, but it's taken you, so many places. How did you, I don't want to say stumble upon, but how did you end up being affiliated with the Job Corps, and what is your role?
Well, I love how you're kicking that off as well, in that I really have been, and I still live with a mad on. I have a mad on that I did not. You said Job Corps is in your back door. And where I've worked that city my whole life, and I never went to Potomac Job Corps. And so I'm mad because Job Corps is so special. The Darrel Green Learning Centers. I had a company, Trusted Solutions Group, working with ex-offenders. I've done a lot, and I still do. But when I met Job Corps through a good friend of mine, I've just been blown away at what they're about. So, of course, back in the 60s, the whole concept was that, look, these kids or these young people are limited. Their opportunities are limited because of a lack of skills, good educational skills. And That's what they were saying back then.
Mm-hmm.
But what's happening today is with the advent of such a broad base of what do we call it? The internet and the communications that's taking place now. Now we're kind of having to go the opposite way because the kids have so much information. They don't want to go to an NAIA school like me. They don't want to walk on. They don't want to get red shirted. You know what I mean?
Right.
Some of these kids don't want to get put back. They don't want to go through boot camp. They don't want to go through these things, go train twice a day, get up early. So because they say, no, I want to be the head guy today. I want to come in and start right now.
Right.
And so Job Corps does give us an opportunity. And our students, to your point, first of all, these are not criminals. These are kids who stumble, like we've seen, our brothers, our sisters, us, kids down the street that maybe have had a hiccup down the street. But guess what? They have awakened and their mind is made up now. And then Job Corps comes along and says, okay, you ready? All right, well, let's go. We're going to bring you on. We're going to even give you a little stipend so you can pay your phone bill. We're going to let you can sleep here. You can eat here. And what do you want to be? What do you want to do? Well, oh, we have that. You want to be in logistics? Oh, we got that. We can send you, after you finish, we'll send you to Johnson & Johnson. Oh, you want to be in transportation? Oh, we got that. We'll get your GED. Then you'll go on transportation. Guess what? Now you're riding on Amtrak, going to, and I'm talking about a real kid.
Right. Okay.
He's going to Boston every day, but he's got a real job, but he only came for his GED. So it's I'm crazy excited about this because it makes so much sense, but it's so needed.
Right.
It's so needed. And yes, you're going to be entry level. You're going to be entry level, but you're going to have knowledge. They're not going to have to when you get there, when you go to wherever place we send you, you won't be like, well, what I do? No, because we've been training you and doing what you'll do tomorrow on Monday when you go there. And so it's real life. This is that thing that is not, that's why he talked about being first choice. A lot of college students don't go into what they said they were going to go into, and they don't get, on day one, we're putting you where you would do what you were doing, you're going to do it on Monday. Now you're going to get paid for it. So I'm telling you, Denise, it's an exciting time, and I'm talking a lot as I get excited about this.
No, but
I did, for lack of a better word, I stumbled onto it, but I've been going crazy ever since I did.
Well, that's one of the things that, Carl and Darrel, we're in the news business, right? And over the past couple of years, I mean, our publications, other media organizations have really been doing a lot of coverage about the problem. I never hear Potomac Job Corps brought up as a solution, right? And so that's one concern that I have. The other concern or the question that I have is, there are a lot of young people or a lot of folks out here talking about there are not enough programs. We need more programs. We have programs.
We do.
And Job Corps is one of those. Potomac Job Corps is right up the street from where we are, right off of Martin Luther King Avenue in Southwest. But how does a young person get from a situation that they want to see improved in their lives into Job Corps? What is that journey like?
That's a good question. But before I answer that question, I just want to say I love to see Mr. Darrel Green get excited. He's been out to our complex, and that excitement that you see that he is showing, we call that Panther Pride. And so he's been bitten by that Panther Pride. And so our wonderful company, which is called Ecker Connect, we were awarded the contract to operate this great center 2 years ago. Okay. And so we first want to apologize of this being that little secret over here on the southwest side of DC. But I assure you, over the last two years, we have engaged many major companies, many major social services entities, and we are well on our way in really getting this little secret into a big secret. This year, our goal is to engage the public schools, to engage the mayor, because as you said before, the violence is just out of control. And I think that we want to be one of the the policymakers. We want to be one of the entities that is at the table to let the city know that we have a lot of resources on our center. And so the way that a student goes about getting in the Job Corps is that we have a recruiting department, and within that recruiting department, their tasks are to go out and recruit young people into our great facility. And it's an exciting time for us. Currently, right now, our name has gotten out into the community, and people are really understanding the value of Job Corps and what we can do for a young person. And so our doors are wide open. Students are coming from here, far and near, because they want to be part of the changes going over here at the Potomac Job Corps. So once a student enters in the program, they go into a 4-week, you would consider an orientation process.
Well, before you go there, Carl, tell me, I mean, they knock on the door, they call, whatever. What qualifies them to be a part of Job Corps?
Right. Good question. What qualifies them? There's an income level that they have to qualify. Again, the criminal record is reviewed. Their suitability for the program. We have a lot of resources. We have a disability coordinator that monitors accommodations. If students are on IEPs, they have accommodations. We have fantastic resources for those young people. So there's an eligibility criteria that students have to meet to get in Job Corps.
16 to 24. 16 to 24.
Yeah.
That's entry age.
Right.
And if you come in at 16, you probably don't have your high school diploma. You get that.
Correct.
So you get that, and then you move on from there.
So Darrel, when you then this is males and females, right? Okay, so it's open, and is there like a number of young people that you can enroll every year? Is there a limit on that number?
Yeah, our contract is for us to take care of 378 young people.
Wow.
And all of our students live on our campus. We have about 10 slots for students to actually go to school during the day and go home at night. And so we have a onboard strength of 378 students, and we're well on our way in obtaining that. And we're rebounded from COVID. And so, as you know, COVID shut down a lot of stuff. Job Corps didn't shut down. We went in a transition period, and we had to make some changes within our resources to accommodate what we had in regards to COVID. But Job Corps is back open, not back open. Our doors are fully wide open to accept any young person that meets the eligibility criteria. So if you're interested in coming to Job Corps, come on over. And we got a lot of recruiters, potomac.jobcorps.gov. If you are interested, come on over to our facility. We have some fantastic recruiting officers that are ready to take you on a tour and let you be vibrant like Mr. Green is with that Panther pride, and let's get this career started and get you back home and be successful.
So that's what I wanted to ask Darrel about, that Panther pride. I mean, there's something that you saw, not necessarily in the program, but in the young people that are involved in the program that hooked you. Can you maybe talk about some of your experiences there and what your job is at Job Corps?
Yeah,
I have to say, Mr. Green almost started crying.
No, I'm telling you, Denise. I called it, and I take credit for this. I call it the Job Corps secret sauce.
Right.
Because when I first got to them, I couldn't put my finger on it. I was just blown away. Like, what? Now, I had childhood friends that came to Job Corps years ago, back when I was in the 60s, 70s. And I had college students that I came to college with. Matter of fact, a girl came from D.C., came to Texas from D.C. So I knew it and I heard about it, but I didn't really know it. Right. And so when I first got to the facility, I'm like, what? and I mean, culinary, transportation. What else? Carl?
Plumbing, HVAC, carpentry, cement,
medical.
pharmacy technician, culinary arts, hotel.
We're not just talking about just some little stuff.
Right.
You walk out of there certified to go do these professional jobs. And our goal is to take that young person, because at the end of the day, you as I said before, we're fighting this thing that, be like Mike, they had the commercial said, be like Mike. Then they said, just do it. Well, can you just do it and go to Chicago Bulls and win championship? No, you got to go to school and college. So we're fighting that. But these students are the students that, and those are the students that we, like when you go fishing, you can't just go anywhere and catch whatever fish. You got to know that that's what's in the water. So these are the students that have said, hey, I'm ready, y'all. Marquita, young girl that I know, she's the president of one of the centers that we work with, and she's the president. And then Marche, he was the president here with in Potomac. Well, these kids' stories is that, man, I dropped out. Marche said I didn't have a high school diploma. I just want to get a diploma. Okay, Marche, come on, we'll get you a diploma. You're ready. But guess what? You're going to get more than that diploma. So now, boom, he graduated. Matter of fact, we have a Hall of Fame. So I know I'm going to see the Hall of Fame. We only invited, well, actually, that was our first Hall of Famer, Carl. He was our first Hall of Famer because the kid he balled out.
Yeah.
But guess what? Just a few years ago, he was at home, just twiddling his thumbs. Now he's dressed up in the morning, getting on Amtrak, doing his thing, doing a great job. But he's trained. He's trained. And he will grow and he'll become a manager. He's in the system. He can go wherever he wants to go. Right. And I say that to say this. It is about character and integrity and learning to wake up. So mama's not here. You have to get up on time. So there's accountability within what we're doing. You have to show up. You have a job. Sometimes you work in teams. I know in the construction side of things in that house, electrical and carpentry, it's teamwork. Right. We'll put this building up. We're going to do this. And it's teamwork. So they're getting way more than you would get in other environments.
Is the program free to those students?
Yes.
Okay. And then how long does it, once they enroll, and depending on what path they're going to take, how long does it take for them to complete the program?
Yeah, good question. And I want to reiterate that this program is free. Free. It is free. Not only is it free, we give our students biweekly pay. Every 2 weeks they have debit cards. We put money on the debit cards. When a student completes the program, they receive a transition allowance. Who does that? At no cost. No cost. Now the only thing we need for you to do is to show up. Now you see where it says show up and ball out. And that's all we need. I mean, we pay them every 2 weeks. We clothe them. We house them. We take them on free rec trips. We give them free tools when they leave the program. Free vocation, we have a medical department, medical doctors, nurses. We have dental. We have eyeglasses. We have mental health.
You see what I'm saying?
We have blood counseling. We're like a little village on over here, and we have
so the homes that they've left. What relationship is there now with their parents or grandparents or caregivers? The folks whose homes that they've left. Are they still involved? Oh, yeah. Particularly for those who are residential. Is there a role of responsibility for them as well? Or it's like, well, we've got them now and we'll take care of them. And
before Carl speaks, so Marquita is so she started in the timing age wise, but she's 27 now. And her 7-year-old mom and dad are taking care of her 7-year-old.
Okay.
So that tells you that early on, she was kind of down the road. And then she says, hey, guys, here's my opportunity. Mom and dad says, hey, we got you. Leave baby girl with us. Go do your thing. And then she graduates. Then she goes to an advanced. She goes to a different facility. Graduates to more of they don't use these terms, but like a master's level where she's an electrician and she's going to go get next level stuff. But mom and dad taking care of baby girl.
Right.
So yes, mom and dad, they're in it. They're in it.
Right,
and level, of course, just like anybody else. But no, it's a team effort. But I wanted to say that just personally.
No, that's a good story. Go ahead, Carl.
And you hit it right on the head. I really believe that I like to involve the family. I'm a big believer in involving anybody in the family. The grandmothers, I love the grandmothers. The grandmothers are those ones that never change that phone number. So I always know if I can reach out to grandmama, I got somebody there. But I will say that we really involve the families. We just got out of winter break. We do have some students that this is their home. And that's what makes Job Corps so great. And that is to take a young person that is a piece of coal and turn them into a diamond. We have a young man that showed up to us homeless.
Yeah, it's a lot of them out there too.
Living out of his car. And guess what, Miss Denise? He is working right now at the embassy.
Wow.
Yes, at the embassy.
Yeah.
I can go on and on about stories about Vache, who's working for transportation. We have students leaving here receiving signing bonuses. And I sit back some days in awe, and I'm like, students come here, some students come here with the clothes on their back, but leave here checking into their own apartment. Students come here homeless, barely having a meal, and leave here being able to take someone to dinner, but also leaving out of here driving their own car. Job Corps is a great program. I can go on and on and on.
Yeah, well, that's and I'm glad that you went on here at Let's Talk on Win TV, because we certainly want to do our job to get the story out, because we know that there are alternatives for young people right in their neighborhood. And we've got to do our job to help to get that message out, and to keep those beds full and those classrooms full, and to keep Darrel busy.
Hey, let me tell you something, Denise. First of all, it's funny. I heard you say that earlier, and I'd seen it, but it just didn't hit me. But I wrote it down when we were talking before the show. Win TV. Win TV. We're like a hand in a glove. This is Win TV. This is Win. Job Corps is Win TV.
Yeah.
You know, this show is Win TV. So mamas, daddies, uncles, nephews, whoever you know a child, from lady at church who knows a boy who's at church, or a woman, a single woman, a married woman who has a boy that she's been talking about. He's 17, whatever. You know he's a good kid. He's kind of figuring it out. Call us. So I'm glad we're on Win TV. This is Win TV.
It's a win for all. It's a win for all. Right.
And I'll just say the last thing that, see, when I'm there and when I hear Carl talk, I'm going crazy, because I know so many of the kids who did not get this opportunity.
Right.
They didn't get it. Get it. And it's been sitting here since 62.
That's amazing. Here. Yeah.
This is amazing that when he started talking about the benefits, you said, well, how much they pay? Like, free?
No cost.
Oh, you get a stipend? Oh, you got a roof over your head? Oh, you get 3 square meals? And you get trained? And you get taught character, discipline, all those prerequisite things that you need to go out there and be successful with a skill, and the rest of it, it's Thanksgiving with the trimmings. It's a turkey with the trimmings.
And also, Denise, I'd like to say is that we could have joined forces with many people. And I think the reason why we made a decision, our wonderful company, EcoConnect, made a decision to join forces with Mr. Green, was because many people know his story.
Mm-hmm.
His story is directly correlated to what we deal with every day. For 5'8", 5'9", he still looks like he's about 22 years old. I did tell him I was going to beat him in a 40-yard dash. He said, "Come on," and I sat down. But 5'8",
smart move.
Yes, 5'8", NAIA, and since I've been knowing him now, he's been sharing me his story in regards to some of the struggles with the family's dynamics when he was a young man, and to just overcome all of those obstacles and come to the NFL and commit to one team and do all what he done and become a Hall of Famer. That is the image that we want. That is the message that we want to send to the community. That just as Darrel Green made it through all of his struggles, you can come to Job Corps and be just like Darrel Green, because Job Corps can change your life.
I went to college, no scholarship ever. I walked on. My friend got killed in a car wreck. I dropped out. A year and a half later, I went back, 5 hours away from home, and I got 3 years later, I was drafted in the NFL, and that's when you all met me here in Washington, D.C. But I came from the project, food stamps, free lunch, divorced family, all that stuff. Brother died of drug overdose. I've been there, done that. You know, come on. Yep. It's just who don't know. Her brother used to run my stuff and support me in all that I did when I was just young, trying to make it happen. Calvin, and of course her dad, Calvin Rolark, the main man. If it's gonna be, it's up to me, baby.
That's
I know the quotes. But no, I mean, so yeah, you make a good point, Carl. I'm just that guy that's down the street. I was one of those little boys running, going to the store with food stamps, trying to figure out life. And then somebody offered me a Job Corps opportunity where I had no money. I couldn't get to college. And so, you know, so I am excited about this. And I'm just praying that people will check out Win TV and they'll shoot you notes and say, hey, you know, I got my nephew over there. I got my cousin over there, my brother's over there, my son, my daughter. And that this will be a pipeline for people to understand that the Informer, Win TV is the place to find resources. And this is, to me, the winning resource at this hour. There may be other things that people need, but for a majority of our people in this city, Job Corps, Potomac, is what we need now, right now.
I couldn't have paid you, I don't think, to say something more complimentary, Darrell. I really appreciate that about Win TV and having you all
It's
on.
true. It's just true. Go ahead.
And that's why we do this, because we want to be a resource to the community, and we want to see young people filing in a long line trying to get into Job Corps. So we're going to continue this relationship. I know you have goals and aspirations, and so we're going to talk a little bit more about that the next time we get together. Because I got folks waiting for the next segment right now.
Let us get out of here. We really appreciate you.
But
really.
I appreciate you all, because you know that's what makes the win. We all win. You know, when we're working together to build our communities, to provide resources, to get information out, and to celebrate young people. That's what I like. They have a graduation. So invite us to the graduation. We definitely want to be there, you know, again. And
you invite us back too. And hey,
right,
me and Carl, we taking this on the road, baby. We taking this on the road. And listen, you know we with you, and anything we can do to be a part of what you're doing, you call us as well.
We'll do.
And Ms. Denise, I'd just like to say to the city, we are new here to the city. We've been here now 3 years. And I'm just happy that you allowed us to come on to present these great resources for the city. And I just want to say to the city of DC and to all parents, churches, anyone who's listening who will be seeing this, please have faith in us, because we are change agents over here. Just only thing we need for you to do is come on over and turn your young folk over and watch us change their life.
Well, I like what I see in the background. It says we connect, we learn. I don't know if that's your theme, but I like those two. You want to close out with whatever the Job Corps theme is? Potomac Job Corps theme is?
Our theme here is I'll holler out who's next. That is who's next to leave this program a legend. Our students are Panthers. That's our mascot, but they transition to legends. And we have a ceremony. Yes, Mr. Green is an honorary legend. And so we have a motto: if it's not good enough for you or your loved ones, it's not good enough for our students. And so I'll just leave you with that, knowing that if your young person shows up to our facility, they're in good hands. And
Denise, I'll leave you with the Commanders need a new guy. They're trying to find a new Joe Gibbs. And I believe they need one. This guy here is that guy for Job Corps. He came in here just a few years ago, and he's our guy taking us to the Super Bowl. So
okay.
This guy right here. Oh no, he's the guy.
He's got broad shoulders, so I think he can get us there.
No, he handles it. Yeah, he's big too. He's big. You know, that's why he's talking to me short. He got big shoulders now. He got big shoulders. And me and him, I'm just riding his tail. I'm riding his tail. Yeah.
Thank you,
gentlemen. Thank you so very much for being with us today. It's a great way to start off the new year, and we will see you back here at Win TV real soon.
All right. I'll be ready for you in 6 months running at 40. That's my New Year's resolution. And that is to beat Darrell Green.
Oh, okay. I didn't think you were talking about me. Okay.
No, 10 yards. 10 yards. I only need 10 yards.
Hey, look, you got to beat Denise first before you get to the race.
Denise.
All right. Thank you so much. See you, Darrel.